And now, the moment you've all been waiting for. You're tuned in to Tapped Out. Hosted by Brendan Tobin and Sean Levine. Only on the BetQL Network.
Always fun catching up with Marcel Dorff. Appreciate him joining the show. Also appreciate Bo Nickel, who we caught up with earlier. Final segment. We're about to tap out here on the BetQL Network with my producer, Jake, and my co-host, Brendan. I'm the sports machine, Sean Levine. All right, the reason people are listening, guys, is to try to make a little bit of money. So let's go ahead and help them out. Time for Method to the Madness, UFC 285. Who's going to win and how's it going down? Let's go ahead and start with the first fight on the main card. Bo Nickel comes in right around a minus 2,000 versus Jamie Pickett. I got to be honest with you guys. Part of me wants to put a few dollars on Jamie Pickett. I get it. He's not going to win, but if you're going to give me 10-1 odds, I mean, the guy does have some knockouts in his UFC career, but I actually think Bo is going to win this fight by knockout. I think he's going to win by round one knockout. And you know what that is? On BetMGM right now, it's nothing. Right around a minus 200. That's right, a minus 200 for Bo Nickel to win by first round knockout. So I'm only going to bet a little bit because I think it's going to happen, but it's tough to make money tonight on one Bo Nickel, BT.
I do see on BetMGM, though, and this is the way I'm kind of feeling with him because everything, I get it. Like, he's come out like a buzzsaw in his first performances on Dana White's Contender Series. Part of me feels like there's going to be a little bit of feel out. Like, there's going to be a little bit of, God, I hate betting stuff like this because I hate running out the clock on fights. But I think I'm going to go Bo by round two. I get it at plus 500 if he gets the win. So I feel like if Pickett can last around, like sitting to your thinking, if he can just last around, then Bo gets it done. You know, he gets into the corner, gets a little advice from Mikey Brown, wraps it up, gets the win. Everybody's a little happy to get an actual money on Bo Nickel winning tonight.
As big an advocate as I am for no man should be a minus 2,000 favorite in a fist fight with 4-ounce gloves, Bo Nickel should be a minus 2,000 favorite. Marcel just brought this up. Bo Nickel beat Donovan Beard on Contender Series, who is kind of a buddy of mine since we formed an interview relationship. Donovan Beard's middleweight champion of Cage Fury, very legitimate fighter. Bo Nickel went in there and dog walked him in under 60 seconds. Jamie Pickett, genuinely, I don't think he is as good as Donovan Beard. I expect Bo Nickel to go in there and cash that under 60 seconds plus 175 on BetMGM. That's insane.
60 seconds? 60
I'm
seconds
telling
is
you, man.
insanity. You know how hard that is to go win a fight in 60 seconds?
You guys are both insane. So you're talking about him finishing it in 60 seconds. BT's talking about he's going to wait out 5 minutes, and then it's going to get to the second round. You guys are both wrong. I know you can't make any money on it, but I think Bo ends up knocking him out pretty quick in the first round. 60 seconds, though, might be a little bit quick. Jamie Pickett, I feel like he's getting wildly disrespected, completely thrown to the wolves against a minus 2,000, now friend of the show, Bo Nickel. All right, we move our way up the card. Matisse Gamrot takes on Jalen Turner. I think this one has a good chance to be fighting tonight. Both these guys entertaining fighters. Matisse Gamrot right on a minus 225. Jalen Turner is a plus 175. I think this is one of the fights that actually goes to the cards. I think there's a lot of finishes tonight, but I got Gamrot by decision at plus 225.
Oh, man. I'm going to go with Jalen Turner getting the knockout tonight. I feel like, first of all, I love his nickname, the Tarantula. It's a badass nickname.
Great nickname.
And then, you know, Gamrot coming off a tough one to Beneil. Like, how do you bounce back from that when you're kind of rolling all of a sudden? So I'm going to go with Turner getting the KO tonight. That is plus 400.
I'm also all over the Turner underdog odds. I caught him at plus 180 on the money line. Bigger guy. As a wrestler, it's hard to hold down someone who is that much bigger than you, and that's Gamrot's game, man. He wrestles. I think Turner's going to be able to survive that. He has great submission threats off his back and insane striking with the length at lightweight. He's one of the biggest lightweights there is. So, man, yeah, plus 180. I'm all over Jalen Turner, especially because Gamrot took this fight short notice, Sean.
I've said it a million times on this show. I'm impressed by who you beat. I'm also impressed by who beats you. And as BT points out, this dude lost to Beneil Dariush. I think Beneil Dariush might be a champion by the end of the year. So I'm not going to hold that against him too much. I think Gamrot is still a rising star, and I like him at plus 225 by decision. All right. I call him Rat Hat. You call him Rakhmonov. Shavkat Rakhmonov is a minus 550, probably going to be close to like a minus 650 by the time this fight goes off. It feels like people have fun betting on that guy. Taking on Hands of Steel, Jeff Neal. It's not real creative because it's kind of what he does. I've got Rachmanov by sub. I think he finishes the fight. Probably rear naked choke. That's how he's finished 3 out of his last 4 fights. Give me the Rat Hat tonight by sub round 2.
The Rat Hat.
I don't like that. And I think after tonight, you'll finally put some respect on his headwear. I think that's how it's going to go. And in fact, I'll tell you what, I feel like there's more of a likelihood that Shavkat wins in 60 than Bo Nickel. I think this man is coming with a vengeance. He's out here. He's flirting on media day. This man is here to make a statement on this big time stage. Everyone's going to have their popcorn ready, and they're going to be talking about Shavkat come Monday. So I'm going to, Shavkat getting the win, sub, finish, knockout. He's getting it done today. The bandwagon will be quite full when we exit this weekend, boys.
No disagreements. If Shavkat goes out there and wins, which I expect him to do, title contention come Tuesday is going to have a top rank next to his name.
He's going to win by sub. It's probably not going to be in 60 seconds. What's up with you guys tonight? Like, you got a bedtime? You got a curfew? Why do you want these fights to end so quick? Jake's taking Bo Nickel to win in less than a minute. BT's taking Shavkat to win in less than 60 seconds and throw that Rat Hat on. Look, man, he's a great fighter. Jeff Neal at plus 380. I got to be honest with you. I thought that Rachmanov might be a little bit more of a favorite. Not a Bo Nickel minus 2,000 favorite, but this to me is a pretty one-sided fight. I can't imagine putting down money at Jeff Neal, even if I am getting 4-1 on my money. We've got 2 title fights tonight, boys. Let's wrap up the show talking about these, where we're putting our money down. Valentina Shevchenko puts her flyweight title on the line against Alexa Grasso, trying to get that 8th and final ruby. She'd be the first one to fill up all the rubies on that belt. I like Valentina by knockout. I like Valentina actually by knockout pretty quick. I'm not crazy like you guys, and I'm not going to say she's going to do it in round 1 or 60 seconds or anything like that, but it feels like Valentina hears people talking and saying that she's not as good as she used to be, and saying that maybe she's on the back end of her career, she's not motivated, she needs to do something else. And I think that's going to motivate her. So I think Valentina goes out there. I think she knocks her out. If you made me pick, I think she probably knocks out Grasso in round 3. Look, Grasso's tough, but I don't think she can hang with Valentina that long.
The thing that has me concerned with Alexa is just the idea of I think she can have some success with her hands. She can have some success with her striking early on. It's just then when Valentina goes to plan B. Yeah, she's a great boxer. She's very, very talented. I just think that once Valentina kicks it into gear and goes somewhere else, what does she do with that? How does she handle that? Is Valentina slowing down at all? I think it's only natural that everybody who reigns, like you talked about, nobody's ever done it, filled up the belt with all the rubies before. How could, is it crazy to think that she's the next one to get caught? Everybody's gotten caught in this ruby belt era. But I just think that she's got too many weapons. I think she's got too many paths. I do think she'll win by decision. I think I believe in Grasso being able to hold up and get to the judges' scorecards. But I just think that matter of adjustments that Valentina can make in this fight is what has me leaning towards the bullet.
Yeah, I think the Valentina plus 175 by decision is the bet to make. Grasso's been finished 1 time in her career. That was by Tatiana Suarez. Tatiana Suarez might debatably finish Valentina. Maybe we'll find out someday soon. Valentina, I don't know if she's slowing down necessarily, but her finishing tendencies are going away. Just like BT mentioned, you tend to see that with champions. Look at Anderson Silva, John Jones. Now we're saying the same about Valentina. So that plus 175 decision, I like that, especially with how tough Alexa Grasso is.
All right, boys, it's time to talk about the one that we've been waiting on, essentially since the 3 of us started doing this here program. I mean, it seems like every single week we find a reason to talk about John Jones, even when he's not even close to fighting. Well, he's close to fighting. As a matter of fact, in a couple of hours, John Bones Jones steps back into the octagon against Cyril Gane. How we think it's going to go down? I think John's going to win this fight. It took me a while to get there. When I first saw this, I was like, I don't know, man. Cyril's a tough matchup. John's taking time off. Cyril's a natural heavyweight. All these different things. John didn't look great the last couple of times we saw him at light heavyweight. And now that we're here on fight night, man, I'm putting my money and I'm emptying the bank account on John Jones. I think he wins the fight. I think he finishes the fight. I think he finishes around 3 or 4. I actually feel really good about that. I don't think this fight goes the distance, and I think he wins by sub. I think that we see the John Jones that we used to see a few years ago. When I say a few years ago, I'm talking about like the Vitor Belfort days, where it goes back and forth a little bit. It was a while ago, and I think that John eventually jumps on his back and subs him out. I get plus 350 on my money. That's a thick neck to choke out, right? But I think that eventually
I was just thinking
John
that. I was
wins
just thinking
by
that
sub.
same thing.
That's a thick neck.
Just,
That's a thick arm. But man, I think it's going to play. I think he pulls off the sub in round 3. How do you see this fight going down?
well, look, to that point, I do think that he's got those long limbs. We have seen him. I mean, like, dude, like standing guillotine, dropping Shogun like a sack of potatoes, or Leo Machida like a sack of potatoes. Long time ago.
Long time ago too.
But no, I think that John. I always kind of just am going to lean John decision. I think it's maybe not the most exciting way to go, but it's a safe way to go. And I just think that that's how he typically goes and tries to win these fights. Does there's a situation where like Surreal, kind of runs in and gets in the pocket, similar to DC. Very different fighters. I mean, you're talking about two guys who are very the same size, whereas DC kind of had to go in the wood chipper like that because he's 5'10" on a good day. So you're talking about a guy who's about equal height. I don't think that he can get to those kind of danger zones, but I think John ultimately takes that first round, but probably gets this all thing figured out and wins a decision pretty lopsided.
Real
Jake,
quick, Sean.
got?
I'll put it this way. As big a John Jones fan as I am, and BT, this is going to shock you. No heart insurance tonight, boys. We're going John Jones minus 165 on the money line. Let's go. The GOAT is back.
That's the move to make. I can't wait. We can't wait. Hopefully you're excited too. The GOAT is back. John Bones Jones. Thank you to my producer, Jake, my co-host, Brendan. Thank you to Marcel Dorff, and thank you to Bo Nickel. Enjoy the fights. I'm merely the sports machine, Sean Levine, and I got to get out of here because the GOAT is back. It's time for fights. See you later. Have a good Saturday night. You're locked into the BetQL Network. Good night.